Alright, what I'm doing is I'm going to buff this little section right here and leave the rest, and I want to show you something. Real quick here. It's rough texture. After I finish this, you'll never have to put any dressing or anything on it. Now, keep in mind, I'm about to show you a truly damaged, call this a cow panel. Okay, here's the part where I polished it. Now look how close. I'm not done with it, but look how, see, I didn't disturb the pattern of the texture. There's no disturbing that, okay, because you don't want to make that smooth. Okay, now look at the condition of it. Here's the condition of it normally. That's truly, truly, truly dry, dry, dry. So what we're going to do, it's also going to polish this windshield wiper right here too. With that. Alright, we're going to continue now. Gonna wipe it off. Now, this is no dressing on here. That's very important that you know that. Because dressing basically just covers things up, and then a couple of hours later, they look like crap again. My way of doing things is to actually polish the texture molding. You're not gonna see any videos anywhere on the internet where anybody's doing anything like this. You'll see it where they're painting it. You'll see it where they're putting dressing on it. You'll see it where they're trying to paint it. But what we do is we restore the existing piece. No painting is being done to this. To get it to that was with my buffer, a wool pad, not a foam pad. Foam pad limits you to what you can do. Look at this. Do you remember how faded that was? Look at that. None of the pattern is disturbed. It is perfect. That's with a buffer. Now I have another pad, a smaller pad that I get in here, but for right now, look at that. Each one of those has been polished. Each one of those is polished. Look at that. And this right here is pretty sweet too. Now, look at this. This is what the entire piece looked like. The windshield wiper looked like that. Look at that. All through there. I'm going to get this, by the way, but look, I'm just showing you the condition is restored. Texture molding. Look at that. I'm not quite finished with that, but we're getting a nice little polish on that. I even polished the sides of it too. A little risky, I might say, but I have $1 million insurance policy. I think I can cover some wiper blades. Okay, let's go look at the other side real quick. Needless to say, you know, what I'm doing to the paint is going to be awesome too. But look at this, the condition of this thing. And this is normal. This is a fairly new vehicle, a couple of years old. Look at that. Look at that wiper blade. Nobody polishes these. Nobody's gonna polish that. They're gonna try to paint it or cover it up. You just seen in HD, in real time, what a buffer can do. Look at that. That's polished, friends. That's polished. That's what a buffer can do. Each one of those pieces is polished. Each one of them is polished. You can see that. So there, we're going to do this side now. Look at that. It's already shining it up. That's polished. It's not quite done yet, but look at that. It went from very, very, very dry to like that. Now, I am leaving out a couple of steps, and I'm just showing you one step, and I'm not going to give it all away. This is merely to demonstrate my work, not to show exactly how I do it. But everybody knows nobody touches rough texture. Other companies like Nationwide Overspray, Just Like New, Overspray RX, Detail Masters, they all paint these pieces. They don't repair them, or at least I haven't seen the videos. That paint is sweet. But better than that, look at this trim. This cowl panel is in perfect condition. There is absolutely no dressing on this cowl panel. I polished out the windshield wipers. The sun is out. If this was scuffed or damaged or anything, you'd truly be able to see it. I mean, look at that. Windshield wiper arm. Everything is polished. This was dry and destroyed. I repaired every piece of it. The thing of it is, it's some companies paint those pieces. Okay? What happens is, that's not very cost effective for the insurance company. Somebody painting something and then charging them extra to paint it, whenever in reality, we're here to fix things, not paint them. We're not painters, we're car cleaners. So when you paint something, you're giving it a patch job, because it is no way gonna last like this is gonna last. That right there is not painted, that's polished. That means it's back to factory specifications, which is what we're supposed to do. When you paint something, it's going to chip off in time, it's going to fade, and everything else. This right here is the color of the plastic. That's not painted, that's the color of it. So when you paint over something like that, it's never going to truly, truly last like the factory specifications. All through here is clean. Look, all through there, all that's been polished. The sun is out. If it was damaged or scuffed, you would see it. Paint Overspray Removal of Texas, International Services. Like I say, this hood has been polished. You can tell there's no scuffs in it. If there are any scuffs whatsoever, you'd be able to see them. We got the sun out, we got an HD camera. What more you want? You can perfectly see the water tower there, the culprit. Okay, again, one last time. Look at them windshield wiper arms. Come on now. Who's gonna do that? I'll tell you what, nobody is. Paint Overspray Removal of Texas, International Services. That's just one of thousands that we've repaired from paint overspray damage. Not just that, the entire vehicle has been restored, every piece of it, not just the paint and the glass. Every piece has been. Let me show you. See how dry this is? Right through here. I'm gonna buff it. What I've done here is I've polished rough texture. There's no dressing on here, and there's no cutaways from what I'm about to show you. Check this out. No cutaways. And what I did is I polished this piece. I polished rough texture. Look at that. There's no dressing on this whatsoever. And look at that finish. That's rough texture. I took the overspray off, plus I polished it. Look at that. Now I'm going to take you over to the other side in a minute and show you. Go to the other side here. Now this is the way the trim looked. Before I buffed it on the other side, it looked just like this. It's the same piece. Check it out. This, after I buffed it, opposed to this right there. Incidentally, I polished this also because it was just as equally dry. But that's rough texture right there, rough texture opposed to that. Now I'm going to buff this vehicle real quick. Right there on the door is where the scratches were. And this is in direct sunlight. Look at that paint. Perfect. The part where I polished through here, look at that. It's in direct sunlight.